yangu ama rafiki yangu alitengeneza pesa. Ametoka mjini, amekuja akaniambia alitengeneza pesa within the first 2 weeks. So huyu anatoa pesa zake, labda kasako alikuwa amesave, anaeka hapo. However, wale wa mashambani pia, they have their own way of savings. Mostly ni chamas, ama sako and all that. Yeah, which works for them. Yes, though there are other means of investments and other places of investment that they need about. And that is how we as Vasili Africa come up and decide, let us educate everybody about where they should invest according to their life goals and how they can meet their life goals within the shortest time possible. Yes, through various investment solutions.
Ebu sasa kwamba njia za kupanga fedha.
Okay.
Unieleze hizi njia ni gani ambazo mtu anaweza tumia kwamba aweze kujipanga vizuri katika mambo yake ya kupanga kifedha?
Okay. As I've said earlier, it's very simple. What you want, that is, if it is miscellaneous, if it is entertainment, if it's like that, I would do 20% of will I had mentioned earlier on your savings and investments. Yeah, make sure at least you're saving as much as 6 months or to 12 months of what you earn, such that you can be able to sustain yourself. Yeah, kazi ikiisha leo, Lamek, your next 6 months you shall not struggle. Yes. Yeah, you have already a plan that is in place that you can draw down from your investments. Yes, and then as much as possible, try and reduce your debt. Yes, as much as possible. If you want to start a business, of course you can increase your income by starting a business. If you want to start a business, try and get a business that is not a lot of money consuming, that you can actually start without using a lot of capital. Yeah, and it can earn you a lot. So sometimes you actually look at your hobbies, what you do. Yeah, and see whether it can bring, whatever your hobbies are, whether they can bring an income out of it. Yes, and then understand your tax liabilities. I need to pay tax here if I'm contributing for pension. Nafaa kulipa tax inatoshana aje and all that. Yes. And then save for your retirement. Hatutaishi milele. However, pia hautafanya kazi milele. Hautaki kuwa miaka 65 na bado umeshikilia
kazi.
Natumai by 65 Lamek atakuwa ameketi mahali when money is working for him, pesa inamfanyia kazi. Yes, and also have an emergency fund. Yes, an emergency fund is just something that you can run to anytime out of your budget, anytime when you have an expense, and then you get from, you don't have to borrow as long as you have an emergency plan. Yes.
Wengi wanadhani kwamba lazima uwe na pesa nyingi ili kwamba uweze kufanya mipango. Je, nikiwa na mshahara kama ya 20,000 naweza fanya mipango ya kifedha?
Unaweza fanya mipango ya kifedha. Yeah. Upunguze matumizi yako. Live within your means, that is what we say. Yeah. Ishi kwa zile pesa unapata, si zile pesa unatumai kupata. Yeah. So ujue rent yangu, if I'm earning 20,000, my rent cannot be 18,000. Yeah, my rent has to be way below about 12,000 shillings or 10,000 shillings. Then I reduce all my other expenses. That is transport, that is food, that is entertainment. Yeah, you start from zero. The rich, there's a saying that the rich have principles of money. However, the poor need to have the principles of money as well.
Shikilia hapo. Mtazamaji, tunaenda kwenye mapumziko kidogo, tutarudi na tutaendelea kuzungumzia mambo mengi tu kuhusu mipango ya kifedha. Tumekuwa naye Rose Ngari ambaye amekuwa akitufafanulia mambo mengi tu kuhusu mipango ya kifedha.
Are you willing to pay the price for success?
Movement isn't progress, but progress requires movement. We have believers today who want 24 hours miracle, who wants 24 hours success, who want fast food victory.
And curry is a thickener. Don't know if you know that. It is a thickener and also a flavor for soup or stew.
Are you afraid of aging?
I believe in long life. So I know that as I'm growing older, I'm achieving more.
Okay, well, the easiest answer would be, yeah, of course you can have it all. If you want it all, you're going to have it all. But you're going to pay the price.
A woman is created to be when she is privileged to be in leadership.
In this life, we all walk through loss, heartache, and disappointments.
Our eyes are opened, our ears are opened, our hearts are opened, our minds are open, so that God can speak to us. Transformed through their relationship with Jesus.
To pay number 404153, account name Lookup TV, and get yourself a Hometel lucky number. Sangamka and Shindagari Chap Chap with Hometel promotion. For more information, visit www.shindagari.co.ke. Terms and conditions apply.
Pauline, it was around 6 in the morning. Pauline, today we are going to help my brother wash his clothes and then I'll take you to the stage. It was normal. And the next thing, I was slapped by the brother. And I'm like, what have I done? Have I done anything wrong? And I was told, if you dare speak from now, we are going to kill you. I felt useless. I felt unworthy.
So let's talk about the rescue center. So how many girls do you have here?
At the moment, I have 13 girls and 2 small babies. Yeah, very adorable babies. Yeah, and the rescue shelter is basically a safe space for these girls to be empowered and to holistically grow.
Me and them, how we interact. Other times we interact properly, but if it's education-wise, I'm always tough. You know, I'm a tough teacher. I like things to be done the way I want. Yeah.
Karibu tena katika awamu ya pili mtazamaji. Vile tulivyokuambia hapo awali ni kwamba tunazungumzia kuhusu mipango ya kifedha. Tukiwa naye Rose Ngari ambaye yuko hapa, ambaye ni mkurugenzi mkuu wa Vasili Afrika. Karibu tena.
Asante sana.
Sasa tunahitaji mshauri wa kifedha.
Kwa mara nyingi ndio. Ili uweze kuelewa mahali uko na mahali unaenda. Yes, unaweza elewa kivyako. Lakini most of the time we need more like you need someone to tell you that you're headed in the right direction. You need someone to actually push you in that right direction. And then you need someone who understands the market as well, so that they can advise you. Eka pesa hapa ndio ili uweze kufikia uweze kupata mafanikio unayoyataka. Sababu most of the time if you don't have a financial advisor, at least most of the financial advisors understand what is there in the market. So if you don't have a financial advisor, what happens is I will hear from my friend that they invested somewhere, and because my friend made money, I will want to invest in the same place. But if anything happens, who will I blame? I will blame my friend. At least the financial advisor helps you understand this is the route to take. This is why you should invest here, or this is why you should not invest here. Yes. Sababu kwa mara nyingi pia nimedeal na a lot of clients who invested in let's say stocks, shares. Amenunua shares sababu rafiki yake alinunua shares pia, lakini made a loss. Yeah. If let's give an example. Safaricom shares, when they were first introduced in the market through an IPO, what happened is a lot of people bought them at 5 shillings, yeah? And then within 3 days, 4 days, they went down to about 2 shillings, 3 shillings. A lot of people sold because they thought they had made a loss. Now, if someone came in at that time at 2 shillings and held on up to now at about 33, 35 shillings, how much money have they made? Yeah. So you need to have the know-how of the market. Si kuingilia tu wekezaji sababu unaingilia tu, elewa tu, jielewe alafu uelewe market, pata mshauri atakaye kuambia fanya hivi ama usifanye hivi. Yes.
Baadhi ya Wakenya ama baadhi ya watu wengi ambao wanahitaji kufanya mipango ama kuwekeza wanaogopa.
Yes.
Je, ni kipi ambacho mtafanya kuhakikisha kwamba hawa watu mumejenga kule kuamini uwekezaji? Kuaminiana.
Really what we just need to understand is the fundamentals of investing, yeah? And the company that you're investing in, because a lot of people fear investments because of things that have happened to investment companies. So you need to understand hii kampuni ambayo nataka kuweka pesa zangu, whether it's a fund management company ama ni shares nataka kununua, what is the growth path that they have? Yeah, are they going to be there in the next 5 years? Of course, we really can't tell whether they're going to be there in the next 5 years or so. However, once you look at their fundamentals, kile ambacho kinafanya wawe katika biashara, utaelewa ambapo wanaenda na unaweza kuwekeza. Pia ukiangalia mahali wanaekeza, that is the most important thing. Look at where they are investing. Are they assets? Is it something that people can actually recover from? Because most of the time we have those pyramid schemes that were there. Let's say the DESI one. You're investing, however, you're not being shown the assets that they're investing in. It's what do you call it? It's literally a pyramid scheme. Ambaye yako chini analipa ambaye yako juu na hivyo, lakini hakuna assets ambazo wana invest in. So uangalie, do they have fundament? Do they actually invest in assets that people can recover from. Sababu most of the companies that right now are there, they are investing in government bonds, zile zinatokea. So you lend money to the government, you lend money to maybe a real estate company and the like, they develop and then they sell, they give you back your money. Same thing with the government, they do the infrastructure, they get money back and then they give you back your money. Yes, or even banks, banks borrow money through your savings. Hizo savings zako, they loan money out and then they give you back your money once you want it back. Yes.
Watu wengi katika kuwekeza wameingia katika madeni. Ama katika maisha haya wameingia madeni. Je, ni mitego gani ambayo iko katika ambayo inafanya watu wengi kuingia katika madeni?
Kutaka kuishi maisha ambayo pesa zao haziruhusu. That is just living beyond your means mostly. And it happens mostly for the young people. You just go beyond whatever you're earning. As we said earlier, ishi maisha ambayo pesa zako zinaruhusu. Yes, and then start building from there. Have an attitude of delayed gratification. Nitafikia hayo maisha ndio. However, kwa sasa siyafiki. Kwa hivyo nitaishi hivi. If I'm earning 50,000 shillings, really, if my job does not allow me to have, does not need me to have a car, why would I go to the bank, borrow and have a car that I drive in the morning, park in the parking lot, get out in the evening and go home. And then I service it on a monthly basis or 3 months. It becomes a liability at that time. Yes. So what you do is, whatever asset that you want to purchase, ask yourself, will it add value into my life or into my lifetime goals? As well, as we said, have a budget that guides you. Kuwa na bajeti ambayo itakuelekeza, nafaa kutumia pesa hivi, nikitaka kununua kitu ambacho sina sahi, labda sikihitaji. Actually, you ask yourself, na kihitaji ama na sikihitaji? Labda sikihitaji. Kwa hivyo nita save kidogo kidogo, nitaweka pesa kidogo kidogo, whether in a money market fund or in my bank savings account. I will save kidogo kidogo ili nifikie kiwango cha pesa ambacho nahitaji kununua kile kitu. Ndio. Alafu kitu kingine ni pia hatuna emergency fund. We don't maintain, a lot of us don't maintain an emergency fund, which is very important. So when you get labda uko mahali gari limeharibika, unahitaji kulitengenezesha haraka haraka ili uendelee na kazi, labda what you do is borrow, sababu hauna emergency fund and all your money has been used up in the budget. Yes.
Na sasa tukiachana na hayo, watu wengi wako na azimio sana la kuwekeza. Na ningependa kwanza uzungumzie kuhusu umuhimu wa kuwekeza na baadaye tuzungumzie mengine. Mbona niwekeze kama kijana?
Lakini mbona usiwekeze? Maisha ambayo unataka kuishi kwa uzeeni wako, ama miaka 5 ambayo unaenda kuifikia, does it allow you not to invest at the moment? That is the question you ask yourself. So you need to start saving from as little as you can, so that you can live the life that you want. There is a difference between savings and investing. Savings is just having something that you can run to anytime probably and draw out and do whatever you want to do at that moment. But investing is making your money work for you. Ndio tulisema miaka 65 hatutaki kuwa tumeketi hapa. Tunataka kuwa tukicheza golf mahali na pesa zinaingia. The money is making money for us. It's already, because we started early. Miaka ambazo tumekuwa when you're young, whether it's 5,000 or 500 shillings that you're saving, you will reward yourself. It is more like a delayed gratification kind of life. Yes.
Na sasa sehemu zipi ambazo tunaweza angalia kunasema kwamba hapa na nikiwekeza hapa kutakuwa ni faida kwangu? Maana Wakenya wengi wanahitaji kuwekeza. Na tukiangalia janga ambalo limetokea ambalo lilikuwa mwaka uliopita, aliweza uchumi wa nchi uliweza kwenda chini sana. Lakini sasa mbali na hayo yote kutendeka, najua kuna fursa nzuri ambazo zinajitokeza hata katika janga. Hebu uweze kuzifafanua na sehemu ambazo tunaweza kuwekeza.
That's good. That's a good question. For kuwekeza really inalingana na umri wa mtu na mahali mtu yuko. So for someone who is starting to invest and is very young, you start by accumulation. We call it's an accumulation phase. So ni kukusanya, unakusanya. Yeah? Pesa ambazo unapata unakusanya ili uweze kuwekeza mahali kwingine. So you can start kukusanya or accumulating from a money market fund. Yeah. Now money market funds are being offered in the country by various companies. There are about 19 companies that are offering that, fund management companies. And you can invest from as little as 100 shillings, and it's from any time that you want, from your M-Pesa, send the money to the company, let your money earn an interest. Riba si haitakuwa, labda ukiangalia kulingana na biashara, kama unafanya biashara, kama mtu ni mwenye biashara ataona kama hiyo riba ni kidogo, because it's about currently it's about 6 to 10% per annum. Yeah? Kwa mwaka. So mtu wa kufanya biashara atasema hiyo ni pesa kidogo. However, if you're actually having it just as an emergency fund, kama ni mtu wa biashara ama mtu sasa ameanza tu ku-earn, then you start now investing as little as you can. Just start accumulating. If you have, we actually say you do that because there is a power of compound interest. So kwa kila mwaka ama kwa kila mwezi, riba ambayo umepata kutoka kwa hiyo pesa yako inaunganishwa tena na the principal amount that you invested. So the power of compound investing or compound interest is very strong. Is very strong, such that nikianza sasa, mimi ambaye niko mchanga, tuseme niko na miaka 24, nimeanza kusave, alafu nijilinganishe na mama yangu ambaye ako na miaka 48, ambaye ameanza at that point, sahi ndio amemaliza expenses zake zote, watoto wamesoma nini, amesema wacha sasa nianze kusave. And even if I'm saving as little as maybe 1,000 shillings or 2,000 shillings on a monthly basis, and her she's saving 100,000 shillings, I will have earned more than she has because of power of compound interest. Yes, sababu interest ambayo unapata kwa kila siku ama kwa kila mwezi inaunganishwa na hii ingine. Then there is stocks at the moment. Currently, there are various ways, there are various stocks that you can invest in, whether it's financial stocks, but look at a company that is actually answering to you, to your goals and to your personality. Naweza kuambia labda mtu ni Mkristo lakini haamini, anaweza nunua stocks za EABL, yeah, tuseme. Lakini hiyo ndio stock ina perform vizuri. Yes. Na kuna mwingine anaweza amini haezi nunua stock za KCB sababu hapendi mtu ambaye anafanya kazi KCB. So you need to look at your personality, your money personality, your personality as a person, and understand, let me invest here for the gains. Yes, because these companies are actually going to give a lot of returns in the end. Yes. And then there is real estate. Yeah? Mashamba, they call them ploti, nini. Yes. Real estate at the moment is a buyer's market at the moment. Saying that it's a buyer's market means that ambaye akona pesa, and that is why sometimes we say cash is king. Ambaye akona pesa can bargain to as little as right now to invest in real estate. For those who are selling, I think if there was a time that we have actually experienced a downgrade in the prices of real estate, it is that time during COVID. Yes, but doesn't mean that it will remain the same. Yes, because there are people who bought, there are those people who bought, so you look at places that are going to appreciate in value and invest there. Yes, especially for real estate.
Unaona kwamba janga la corona nayo limetoa fursa nzuri pia katika kuwekeza?
Kabisa kabisa, cause imewezesha mtu kujitathmini yeye mwenyewe, kujua I cannot live such a life again. I cannot, if I'm cut off from work, I need to have a backup plan, or I need to make money. Yes, I cannot rely on my job mostly, so I need to make money. Yes.
Sasa tuzungumze kuhusu njia mbadala, unaita alternative ways ya kufikia ambayo ni azimio ya financial goals, ama azimio la kifedha. Ebu sasa na uweze kuzifafanua hiyo.
Njia mbadala, let me say it depends na kila mtu. Yeah, kuna labda uko na kazi, unalipwa mshahara kila mwezi, lakini unataka kuyafikia hizo goals zako zenye umeweka, maazimio yako yote, lakini fedha ambazo unazipata kutoka kwa mshahara wako hazitoshi. What do you do? Do you start a side hustle? Uanze biashara ambayo itafeed into that? Do you get into a chama? Because that's another way of actually getting into do you get into a chama that helps you and assists you have the discipline to invest, to save, such that if it's a merry-go-round, when I get that money, I will invest it somewhere else. Or this chama that we have invested in, or we have started with my friends, the goal is to invest. Just that, not merry-go-round, not borrowing. The goal is to invest. So at that moment, you have come 5 people together, put in an investment that you wouldn't have put in as a loan person, invested and getting higher returns. Yes. So you have to think outside the box. Fikiria tu nje ya, yes, kabisa as a person, what do I need to do so that I can get money? Yes.
Na je, ukitazama nchi yetu ya Kenya, wanasema kwamba wale ambao wameajiriwa na serikali hawafai kufanya mambo mengine ama kuwekeza ama kufanya mipango mingine ambayo ni ya kibiashara. Unaona kwamba msimamo huu wa serikali unalemaza uwekezaji nchini?
Yes and no. I think wanaambiwa any business that is, would I say that if I'm employed in a parastatal that deals with medical equipment, labda KEMSA, niko employed KEMSA, starting maybe a medical distribution company has conflict of interest, really. Yes. And from a layman you can actually see it's conflict of interest.
Hao ni wanasiasa, lakini wale ambao ni civil servants
wanaambiwa kwamba hata civil servants, sababu umeona ambayo yamejiri hii ni Kenya, umeona ambayo yamejiri, so lakini nikianza biashara ingine kama ya kulima, kitu kama hicho, ambacho kitaniletea faida after miezi 3, ni sawa. Sababu hata kama niko employed, hata tuseme hata mwalimu yes ako employed, lakini anaweza fanya kazi ya ziada ya kulima.
Kuna wengi ama hata serikali ya Kenya wakianzisha katika ile kuanzisha miradi, wanaenda wana borrow more than what they can get. Je, sasa unaona kwamba baada huyu mtu kwenda katika shirika fulani ameazima pesa zile, unaona kwamba akiazima pesa zaidi ama zaidi ya zile ambazo anahitaji ama pengine zaidi ya zile ambazo ukimwangalia katika yale ambayo ni malipo yake hawezi kulipa ama atachukua muda mrefu katika kulipa. Mtu huyu ukiangalia katika mipango yake ya kifedha, je, huyu mtu ni mtu ambaye amesimama katika mipango hiyo ama ni mtu ambaye amepotokwa katika
tuseme amepotokwa? Kama unaomba unaomba hera ambazo ni juu ya zile unahitaji kufanya kitu. Tuseme tu umetoka kutoka mipangilio yako ya kifedha. When borrowing and in debt management, you actually look at what you need, and then you don't borrow beyond what you can pay. Whether it's the years or whether it's the interest. Actually, when you're going to borrow from a bank, wanasema you cannot borrow above 30% of your earnings. Yeah. So your cash flow has to be able to pay at least or at most 30% of your earnings. Yeah. Ambapo umeenda ukaomba pesa nyingi more than what you actually need, it means that you will have money probably lying around, and money is evil. As much as cash is king, money is also evil, because the more you have money, the more you want to spend it. So you might end up spending it for things that you actually didn't need to spend it on. Yeah, that is how you see a lot of people will borrow to change maybe furniture in the house. Yeah, and it's not like the furniture that you're using is worn out, or you didn't need any new furniture. Yeah, probably, or you borrow so that you can change your standards of living, move from one house to another that is more expensive. So you have a loan that you're paying, and you have additional rent that you're going to be paying. Yeah, so it makes it counterproductive, I would say, to borrow. So when you're borrowing, make sure that you're borrowing for maybe a capital investment that is going to add value into your investment, into your goals, your life goals.
Wengi wanasema kwamba wakiazima zile pesa wanaziweka katika, ni kutarajia tu, wanaziweka katika mipango ambayo ama miradi fulani, wanasema kwamba huu mradi nikiwekeza kama ni milioni 30, basi huu mradi utaniletea pesa nyingi. Na hata serikali yetu ya Kenya imekuwa ikifanya hivyo, kwamba kumekuwa na kuazima sana pesa kutoka nchi zingine ama benki ambazo zimeendelea. Je, hii haiwapi changamoto katika sekta yenu?
Inatupa changamoto, lakini ndio maana pia kuna watu wengine katika sekta ambao wanaangalia hii miradi, wanakuambia ukifanya hivi utapoteza pesa, ama ukifanya hivi tutaweza kupata hizi pesa within the shortest time possible, na unaweza kuilipa. Yeah, so unafaa kuangalia ile mradi unataka, the project that you want to do. Look at it from the beginning almost to the end. Yeah, before you actually go and borrow. Yeah, but if you can save, and that is why we say have goals. Have short-term goals, have medium-term goals, have long-term goals. If you can save towards that project that you want, save towards it and reduce on debt. If you can save even up to 60% of the value of that project, save towards it, and then borrow the 40%. It reduces your burden. Yes, but because most of the time people borrow also to get to the standards of living of other people and the like. Yeah, because my friend has bought a Mercedes, I want to also buy a Mercedes. Does it make sense?
Sure.
It doesn't make sense, because I will be parking it there and I will be having the expenses of it. So have the goals that actually guide you and understand your personality as a person. Yes, your money personality. And if you are a spender, because there are different money personalities. There are those who are spenders, there are those who are uliwaita wangumu na pesa. Yeah, kuna wale wa kutumia tu pesa. Jielewe. Na kama wewe ni spender, save before you actually start spending your money. So do it automatically. From your bank account, tuma tu pesa directly kwa ile mradi ya kusave. Kwa ile account yako ya kusave directly.
Asante.
Yes.
Mtazamaji amekuwa Rosella Ngari, ambaye amekuwa nasi, ametoka katika, ni mkurugenzi mkuu katika kampuni ya Fasili Africa. Taarifa kuu na mjadala wake umefikia kikomo chake, na tukutane tena wakati kama huu ambapo unapata mjadala wa taarifa kuu. Jina langu ni Lame Kaungo.